Complicating things, or in another way of saying it is focusing on it until there are more specifics that are gathered, is the most wonderful thing unless there's a wobble in it. In other words, that's what clarity is. Because at a very soft level of attraction, it feels like satisfaction and contentment. There's no wobble. But when momentum is allowed without the wobble, clarity adds much more detail. And it is so delicious. Fast moving energy and ideas without a wobble, that's just dynamic and exhilarating. It really is what you want. You just don't want that thing going on where you want it, but with the big wobble in it, you see. So I just want to make sure that you understand that we are not trying to talk you out of details. We are never trying to talk you out of momentum. We're just wanting to guide you so that you are centered and stable before you begin the momentum. There are 3 steps to this creative process. Step 1 is you sift and sort and evaluate and conclude and prefer, and you've been doing it from the moment that you got into this physical body and before. So you have done the step 1 asking part already. And Source has done the clarifying, the adding to, the holding the focus of, the knowing, the allowing, the being. In other words, when you ask, it has been vibrationally given. That's that vortex that we've been talking to you about, this vibrational reality. It exists in a vibrational reality. Therefore, now you can find the emotional, non-restricted, non-resisted, non-cluttered, non-scattered vibrational place, and then the path will unfold. And of course, it will pick up momentum. Everything picks up momentum. We might as well just say that. Nothing is going to stand still. Everything is gathering momentum. You've just got to decide if what's central in you right here and now is a good feeling thing that's gathering momentum, or whether it's not a good feeling thing that's gathering momentum. The opportunity, the probability, the certainty of it is never-endingly unfolding. There are constantly 30 or 40 or 50 viable avenues in your immediate vicinity that could be absolutely accurately called on your path factors that most humans are, for the most part, oblivious to, because they've got a frequency going on that keeps them from realizing it, even though it's right there. That's why it's only this vibrational shift in you that is necessary. Jerry used to talk about turning thoughts to things. And you got to be wondering about this. You've got to be wondering, since you're in these physical bodies, and oh, it's nice to hear Abraham. Abraham is so confident in what they know about the laws of the universe. But you got to be wondering, so if I'm offering all of these thoughts and I've created this vibrational reality, Abraham, it's nice to know that there's money in my vortex, but I'd like to get the money out of the vortex and into the bank. And so show me how to turn this vibration into something that's tangible. And we say, you got to do it vibrationally, and then you will be the realizer of it into what is tangible. It's about you rendezvousing. It's like you sensing the path, you feeling the path, you knowing the path, you being able to see it. It's all around you. You're just not seeing it sometimes because you're on a different frequency. Here's the thing. If you are really centered in who you are, if you are really feeling good, there's no such thing as too many opportunities, because you're so in the flow. As they come, it's like having a whole lot of dance partners whom you are up to speed with. It's like watching the perfection of a magnificent basketball team. Spurs. Esther's slightly addicted. And seeing their heads up awareness of one another, their intuitive sensing of where they are in relationship to everything else, and not wanting to just stand there alone, but embracing the idea of all of those moving parts for which they are ready for, you see. Ooh. When you're not ready, you don't want anybody throwing you the ball. Don't throw me the ball. It could hit me in the face. Don't throw it to me. Don't throw it to me fast. Don't throw it to me ever. Don't throw it to me. Throw it to somebody else. I'm not ready yet. But when you are up to speed, when you are ready, then you want to do that dance, you see. There is no such thing as too many moving parts when you're tuned in, tapped in, turned on. Because you have the foresight, you have the understanding, you have the broader perspective. You can be in the right place at the right time. So that feeling is always a feeling that comes when there is wobble in your vibration. Because when there's wobble, you're out of balance. When you're out of balance, you don't want many moving parts. We would like to use an emotional word like confidence, security, knowing, a sort of definiteness of purpose. I feel sure about this. I feel sure about this. What happens is, at first, you're not so sure. And most humans are looking for conditions to validate them. They're looking for conditions to help them be more sure. Well, that's a wobbly platform. Instead of looking for conditions that therefore sort of fire you up, like motivate you into positive expectation, what you're really wanting is to tap in to that core knowing of your value and your power. And once you practice that a little bit, the conditions will reveal themselves to you, or better said, you will realize them, and then you will begin even more trusting yourself. You can't get it wrong, and you'll never get it done. But these words don't sound so good if you're standing in that tentative place. So that's why I've been saying to you for a while, wake up in the morning and say to yourself first thing, this is a new day and I get to choose how I feel. First day or two of that, Esther didn't make it till breakfast until she was wobbling on one thing or another. But once being wobble free became her dominant intention, she learned that she could change any subject that started to wobble so fast that she would stop the wobble. And as she began stopping the wobble, 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 there was enough in her vortex to begin calling her. And once that began moving, then she began trusting, you see. So, do you accept that you are vibrational beings? Does it make sense to you that the thoughts that you think are vibrationally active? And is it logical that you could think a thought and then contradict it right on its heels? I want it but. And so, does it make sense to you that if you are not doing the contradictory part, not introducing that wobble into the equation, is it logical to you that law of attraction will take your clear thought into more definition, into more detail, into more exhilaration, into more clear ideas? You see, at first, the manifestation is an emotional one. But right behind that come streams of thoughts, really good ideas. Really good ideas. And as those ideas begin to flow, and you just go with those ideas, then what happens is manifestations begin to happen around you. It feels like, and it is exactly like, you are allowing what you put into the vortex to move from the vortex into your reality. And it's so much fun when you get to be in on every piece of it as it moves in. Now, we're out here a little bit, but if there's ever a crowd that can hear us, it's you. We mean that. We're out here on the leading edge together. So, if you can stand in your now, finding this emotional place, and not needing to shore it up with details, just feeling the pureness of the emotion of it. No need to explain how you got here. No impulse to talk about that. So those conditions can just be left out of the equation, yeah? No need to explain how you got here. Oh, feel the refreshment of that. Don't have to explain it, justify it, defend it, describe it, or make anybody else get it. Just let that go. So you're just standing here. Oh, and there's another piece. No dog in the fight. about the outcome. No needing to define where you're going next. So in the never mind how you got here and never mind, no investment in the outcome. Now, no investment in the outcome. If there's no investment in the outcome, you're not going to introduce contradiction to it. So you already did step one. You already put it there. Source is already fully involved in the outcome and has orchestrated circumstances and events and rendezvous beyond our ability to describe it vibrationally in a way that Esther can get it verbally. In other words, we just cannot tell you how much has already been orchestrated on your behalf about the things that you want. No investment in that outcome, not your job. Step two has never been your job. Your job, right here, right now, just feeling the love. Right here, right now. Never mind how you got here. Never mind how it's going to unfold. Just this feeling that the path is coming to you. The path is coming to you. The path is coming to you. And before you're aware of it, there's nothing for you to do. Ooh, that's the big piece. You don't need to call somebody. You don't need to write something down. You don't need to goose it up. You don't need to motivate yourself. Until the path is blatantly obvious, there's nothing for you to do. Nothing for you to do. And we promise you, you won't be bored. Because the path will unfold and you'll know. It won't be should I or shouldn't it. It'll be I'm doing, I'm doing, I'm in. Someone will say to you, where are you going? I don't know. Why are you so excited? I don't know that either. Well, how do you explain how bright you look? I can't explain that either. I've just found this sweet spot. I found this sweet spot where I'm not invested in how I got here and I'm not invested in where I'm going because that is dynamically already orchestrated. I'm just here in an utter state of allowing. You get that. You get that. And in that state of being, the path shows up. Ooh, you feel so brilliant. You just feel so brilliant. First you feel blessed. Oh man. And then you feel brilliant, and then you feel inspired, and then you feel happy. It just keeps coming and coming and coming. You get in that state, you have no idea what you mean by moving parts. So many moving parts, orchestrated by the universe. So much already happening on your behalf. It's time for you to accept the perfection of who you are and what you put into your vortex, and to stand in this place of allowing the path to show itself to you, and until it does, don't move. I'm waiting for the compelling path to sweep beneath my feet and light up in a way that every fiber of my being feels the rightness of this path. But before that happens, you gotta chill out. You gotta find the feeling of love more often. You gotta be less conditional. Everything is right on track for you. You see, our attention is upon you feeling so good on your path right here, right now. Because your life is always gonna be on your path right here, right now. You're never gonna be over there where you think you wanna be, because your path is constantly unfolding. So when you make peace with the rightness of where you are, and your life is about, have I prepared the vibrational atmosphere so that I have the clarity to experience the realization, then, the people who flow into your world, the conversations that you have, the leading edge going into the new place again, another new place and another new place. And here you are, and you are right up to speed with everything that we're talking about, because you prepared the vibrational atmosphere, and when the path unfolded beneath your feet, you felt the resonance of it. You did. We saw you do that. This is a really good time for a segment of refreshment.